short questions. The first one is, there was talk a little while ago about Victoria exporting brown coal to India. That seems to have died. Can you confirm that in fact is dead? Do we know?
Do you want to ask them both and then I'll give you a quick response? Did you have another question as well?
Yes, the other question is this. Our local kindergarten, school, swimming pool, art society, every organisation I can think of that would like a bit more funding, it seems to me that they are our natural allies because they are after the funds which are being diverted to the mining industry. Have we thought about actually consolidating their natural allegiance to our ports?
Yeah, good questions. On the latter one first, there has been some early discussions with groups like the Australian Education Union. We're working with Get Up. Get Up last year ran a small advertising campaign with the Australian Education Union about fossil fuel subsidies, and we're looking to repeat that again this year, and that sort of cross-sectoral campaign. It may be that that's a longer-term campaign objective, that it's not something that we can pull off in a lead-up to the budget, but it may be in a lead-up to the federal election or beyond when Australia hosts the G20. The first question, the coal exports, that is definitely not off the agenda. We have been working in the Latrobe Valley to alert individual landholders to the fact that the government wants to allocate the coal underneath their farms for export projects. We held a public meeting there in December. We released a report on the economics of brown coal export and some of the companies that are involved in that process, and caused enough of a problem for the government that they've delayed the allocation by 6 months. So the Minister, just before Christmas, announced that that process wouldn't happen for probably about 6 months. So we've got a lot of work to do, both building general community awareness and opposition, and also local resistance in the Latrobe Valley, because it's quite an extraordinary story. Last time we allocated coal in the Latrobe Valley, we allocated 13 billion tonnes of coal to 3 companies who promised billions of dollars of investment and thousands of jobs. Now, 2 of those projects never went anywhere. The third was HRL, which we stopped. Not a single job was created. Not a single shovel load of coal was turned over, and yet the government wants to do that again. In one case, there were farmers, there was 5th, 6th generation dairy farmers who had a mining licence issued over their farm for 50 years. From the day that mining licence was issued, their property value fell by 30–40%, their ability to borrow money was affected. And so we've produced a map which shows all of the areas that are in the allocation zone, all of the coal resources, and we want to go and let each farmer know one by one, by the way, did you know that the government wants to allocate your farm? And if anyone's been following New South Wales politics and the world of pain that New South Wales Labor is in over the coal allocation, the corruption that's been involved there, and I guess the degree to which government has been representing corporate interests in New South Wales as opposed to the public interest, we think with some really strong community focus and pressure, we can stop the coal allocation, as we did in 2009. Environment Victoria ran a strong campaign against the Labor Party's plan to run a coal allocation. So, short version, sorry, long answer. Short version is we're definitely not dropping the ball on that. Yes, it's still an issue. It's really important. It would, of course, if we can ensure there's no fossil fuel subsidies, that would assist that campaign as well, because there wouldn't be any diesel, there wouldn't be any money for ports, there wouldn't be any money for OAs, etc., etc.
Just very little about, and I think I'm not alone. I think a lot of electorate is not knowledgeable on these subjects because they're too busy working and supporting families, and these are not important priorities for them, which they should be if they really knew what was going on. Now, how do you get to the mass media to expose the corruption and what's going on behind the scenes? Because, you know, the details are gory. I mean, it's incredible. I would like to know more about it. I would pass out the information some way. I mean, these facts facts are startling.
Okay.
At the Australian Institute, we do a lot of research in this area, and if anybody wants to go to our website, tai.org.au, and in the contact thing, just mention that you were here at the Pay to Pollute thing and you'd like more information on this area, we'd be more than happy to email you some links to some easy to read papers and other information that has these sort of facts in them. So tai.org.au, just mention that Pay to Pollute and that you want some more information on that.
Be circulated more because most people aren't aware.
Absolutely. That's why I would love you to join the campaign. There's plenty of information on our website as well. And please talk to one of the people in blue shirts afterwards about how you get involved.
Can I just say one more? Why can't we take these papers and put them where we live in the libraries?
Of course.
I mean,
Fantastic.
Library back tomorrow.
Right.
Well, there's a big push in Wakeham. I do need to wrap it up, but I wanted to just address your question as well. With this is certainly the fight of our lives, climate change. It's the battle that we're all trying to fight, and it's not going to be won quickly. It is a marathon. You've got a carbo load to win this thing. But the tide is turning, new gas plants are more expensive than new wind plants, and solar will catch up very quickly with or without the carbon price. The reason for coal, the reason why it's more expensive is because the financing is more expensive, because the banks are worried about their reputation, because people like you make it difficult for them. Coal has lost its social licence. We did a piece of research at the start of last year, and 78% of Victorians want more renewable energy, 7% want more coal, and it doesn't matter who you vote for. The lines are the same. It's lost its social licence. You actually don't need the majority of people on your side, and there's many cases in Australia where the majority of people do support something that still doesn't happen. But we need to put the pressure on politicians here. That's what our campaign is about, and that's what we all can do today. But we are certainly, the tide is changing, and we will win this. It's not all going to happen at once, but the tide is changing. It's going to happen. And we've stopped a coal plant last year, we've stopped Hazelwood twice now, I keep losing that one, third time, and hopefully the final time where we get that old clunker replaced. So, just like to finish it there, I'd like to thank Matt and Mark very much for today. Came all the way down from Sydney, and we're holding an event in Geelong tomorrow, so no one else will be. Okay, sorry. I'd like to thank Victoria McKenzie-McCarg, who's up the back, because fabulous green pants up there, because she's our other wonderful climate campaigner, and we'll be running this campaign with Mark. And of course, all the volunteers in the blue shirts are helping us. They're fantastic. The volunteer growth in Environment Victoria is astronomical, and we are extremely thankful for that. And they have given you one of these letters for your MP, and we'd like you to sign it on the way out. I'd also like to thank the Standard Living Festival and Australia Ethical, who are up the back there, who actually sponsored this venue, and who also sponsor our organisation and, of course, this campaign. And of course, I'd like to thank you for coming. And I just wanted to end on a quote from Aruna Harty-Roy. Mark's wife Kirsten told me about this, and I've heard it many, many times. And it is about, on a quiet day, I can hear her breathing. And that's exactly what is going to happen to fossil fuel subsidies. They're out, renewable energy is coming. We can hear it, it's coming. We've just got to work hard to make sure it happens. Thank you.